So Jacob Blake is finally speaking out, and then I want to play that clip, and I also want to play the clip of his sister going on CNN talking to the CNN anchor about how she disagrees with Barr's statements when it comes to systematic racism. So please watch the whole video. If you have been living under a rock, I mean, you should at least know what's been going on with the story. I'm very passionate about what's been going on to the story. Jacob Blake recently made an appearance virtually with his lawyer, a prosecutor, a judge, and a court reporter about him pleading not guilty to three charges that he has that's unrelated to the reason why he's paralyzed, in a hospital by police officers. He pleaded not guilty to a felony. That is basically, according to CNN, third degree assault, a misdemeanor criminal, a trespass, and disorderly conduct. And if he is convicted, he could face up to 10 years in prison, and also have to pay up a $25,000 fine, according to CNN reports. So I'm going to play the clip of Jacob Blake talking, and then also I'm going to play the clip of his sister also addressing the situation with her brother in regards to systematic racism, in terms of Barr commentary towards that.
Yeah, I just want to say, man, to all the young cats out there, and even the older ones, older than me, it's a lot more life to live out here, man. Your life, and not only just your life, your legs, something that you need to move around and move forward in life, can be taken from you like this, man. And I promise you, the type of shit that you will go through, staples, I got staples in my back, staples in my damn stomach. You do not want to have to deal with this shit, man. 24 hours, every 24 hours, it's pain, it's nothing but pain. It hurts to breathe, it hurts to sleep, it hurts to move from side to side, it hurts to eat. Please, I'm telling you, change our lives out there. We can stick together, make some money, make everything easier for our people out here, man, because there's so much time that has been wasted.
So I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this clip, I had tears. Like, I was crying. It's crazy. According to sources, the dispatcher allegedly told officers that he has a warrant for his arrest. They pinned him down. He resisted, allegedly. The cops also allegedly tased him twice, I believe, and that basically didn't do anything to him. He was going to his car, and apparently he had children in his car. The cops grabbed his shirt, and then he triggered him 7 times in the back. He is now paralyzed in the hospital. His family members said his condition has improved. And, I do wish him the best. I do wish the situation the best. I know I received a lot of controversy when I said Jacob Blake deserves to be in prison due to his charges. And, everyone deserves their right to be in court, but I highly doubt a female, his girlfriend would lie, saying that for 8 years this man had penetrated her, sexually assaulted her, allegedly. She had a restraining order against him, according to sources, but she did waive that. But I doubt a female would lie. And I'm very passionate when it comes to assault, and then if I hear, I'm going to believe the female first. I'm sorry, I'm going to believe it. I'm sorry, I believe it. And if it's true, he deserves to be in prison. And if it's not true, then, katow to you. You know what I mean? So I'm going to play the clip of his sister.
That is significant, Mr. Crump, because as you know, Wolf Blitzer this week interviewed the Attorney General, Bill Barr, and he doesn't see systemic racism in this country. So, Letitia, let me just play a little bit for you about what our Attorney General said about that.
I don't think they're two justice systems. I think the narrative that that the police are on some epidemic of shooting unarmed black men is simply a false narrative, and also the narrative that that's based on race.
Letitia, what do you think when you heard those words?
I think that it's just a blatant disregard for what African Americans in this country deal with on a daily basis. I myself have dealt with this type of racial profiling and police brutality multiple times in my life. I'm not a criminal. I'm not out here doing things that would cause attention from the police, but yet I receive negative attention from the police all the time because of the color of my skin. I've been called the N-word by the police just at a normal traffic stop. I've had police hide their badge numbers from me so that I couldn't report the things that they've done. Until you've lived in the shoes of an African American, you can't really say what is happening for sure. Come over to our side. Come and speak to us. Come and hear what's going on in our communities, in our lives before you make that type of judgment.
Insensitivity, racial, inequality, just being targeted by police officers. Sometimes even now when I'm driving, I'm looking at my rearview mirror and I see a cop behind me. They do these little detailing where they put your license plate number in, and then if they check to see if you have any record, and normally 99.9% of the time, well actually 100% of the time, they do leave me alone. They don't stop me. They don't do anything of that. I'm not sure if I do trust statistics, but I was reading a statistic out there from a Harvard law study saying black people are 3 times more likely to be shot unarmed than white people. And then also I heard someone like Candace Owens saying that that situation, the probability of that situation happening is you basically being struck by lightning, which is a low chance. But in reality, I also was reading somewhere else that there's a 6% chance of, a black man, a black person basically being targeted wrongfully by a police officer, like the situation that happened with Jacob Blake. And African Americans make up 13% of society, while white people make up 65% of society. So when you compare the two, you can't compare 13% and 60%. Like that's just really illogical to even do. But in reality, there's not really much cases when it comes to police brutality amongst black people. There's really not. And then there's also cases amongst white people being triggered and killed while they're unarmed. So there's kind of an equivalence when it comes to that. However, systematic racism for 400 years amongst black people has been really the essence of American history. So that's been mostly mainstream, and the media use that to their advantage to get the views, to get the stories, to get this, to get that. Whereas white brutality is not really as popular, which is wrong. It's really wrong to even do that. Which in reality, this is why I don't elect myself to a political party, because it's obvious that now journalism integrity is not there. CNN is really more, I'm not going to say democratic, but even Meghan McCain said that, and Anna Navarro went off on her, and Fox News is seen as this Republican station. So it's wrong on both sides to do. And I feel for the sister, for her experience, and I guess I do feel for Jacob Blake, but I'm just like, I comply with a police officer. Comply with a police officer. And this is someone of color talking. Comply with a police officer. He would have complied, this situation wouldn't have happened. And I'm just calling it what it is. Comply with an officer, okay? Please, comply. And I know I'm going to get comments that are saying, well, just comply. I don't care if you're white, black, Asian, comply, okay? Anyways, if you're new to my channel, please click subscribe and click the bell button so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Deuces, yeah.